Now, this afternoon brings down the curtain on the rugby league career of Bulldogs skipper Terry Lamb. The Nuggety 5'8" has been one of the game's finest competitors, and in 16 seasons of grade football, he has logged a record 327 matches. Who but the staunchest Manly supporter would begrudge this great player a dream finish today and that lap of honour come 4:30 p.m. Andrew Voss looks back in wonder at the career of Terry Lamb with this tribute to a Bulldog great.
I got the keys.
Terry Lamb first laced on a footy boot at just 5 years of age, a rough and tumble kid from Chester Hill. He began a journey that would take him to the heights of rugby league and leave him the hero of many.
Lamb goes for the drop goal. I think it's all right. Put another one down for Canterbury alongside the name T. Lamb.
In grand final week, we took Terry back to the ground where it all started. Fittingly, over the years, there's been a name change, and who could argue?
I didn't think I'd go this far. It didn't enter my mind. I just played rugby league because a kid down the street asked me to play, and that's why I started. Everybody begins in loving the game of rugby league, and if you get a lucky break, as I did in 1980, joining Western Suburbs, you get paid to play rugby league, and I was just lucky to get the break.
Was sent off, and that sensation. Here's Terry Lamb with another great break for Western Suburbs.
And why did you switch to Western Suburbs?
Oh, they approached me, and Kenny Jennings, the 23s coach, just come over and asked me to come over. So I just come over and a couple of trials and playing here now.
The first time the name Terry Lamb appeared in first grade at Wests was on May 18, 1980. He would stay with the Magpies for 4 seasons.
And I remember in the early 80s where all I did was, you train Tuesday and Thursday, maybe Saturday morning and turn up to the game. And I said, gee, this is tough work because we didn't do it at Chesser. So I thought, well, I'll play another 4 years and I'll retire after that. And that was 12 years ago, so I've been fairly lucky.
In 1984, it was off to Canterbury and a first premiership.
My dream was to win a grand final. And, at Western Suburbs, we had a good team, but we didn't have a great team over there. And I decided, the contract was good with Bullfrog and everything like that. And they bought Peter Kelly, Tunks, Bugden, players like that. And I decided to go over, and Warren Ryan was a new coach over there as well, and everything just clicked for us that year, and we won the 84 grand final, and that was a great feeling winning the grand final.
To cap a great year, Terry was awarded the Rothmans Medal for the season's best and fairest. And so commenced a decade of starring in the blue and white.
From Billy Johnson, it's gone to Stevie Mortimer. Back for Terry Lamb, and Canterbury scores. High tackle from Gibbs. Backing him up is the man that does it so well. The best in the game, probably. Dimmick runs off a perfect pass by Terry Lamb. There's a try coming. Lamb supports, and Lamb laid it on. And then Terry Lamb! Lamb! He scored! He is a magician!
There's a little part of me that wants to keep going because it's been part of my life for a long time. But there's another part that says when I'm training and doing the hard work is saying it's time to retire.
At representative level, the record-breaking 86 Kangaroo Tour was Lamb's crowning glory.
I was probably a bit unfortunate. I had Wally Lewis and Brett Kenny in front of me, and I couldn't imagine any better players in front of me. I was always third string 5'8" or something like that. But I would have loved to start on a test game. I played 8 tests, but I would have loved to start one.
Lamb won his second premiership in 1988. No one questions the Bulldogs' triumph, but plenty have questioned one particular tackle.
I play the game hard and tough. I don't go out there to maim anybody or purposely to do it. And if something happens on the field, as it did to me last year in the grand final, it's just part of the game.
1994 brought with it the disappointment of a shattering grand final loss to Canberra. Minor premiers back-to-back seasons, but no title for Terry Lamb and the Bulldogs. The 95 and the last pages of the final chapter are about to be written. In 16 seasons of first-grade football and 327 games, never has Lamb's role been so vital.
Bar is a huge factor in what we do, but not so much that he's finishing, just for the fact that he's on the paddock with us. He's a great leader and a tremendous competitor. So, he does some great things out in the paddock for him. He gives the blokes a lot of confidence, and he comes up with some special plays when we need him.
Terry Lamb is a battler done good. He doesn't need another match to prove he's a winner. But if there is a player who deserves a dream-come-true finish, then the boy from Chezo is at the top of the list.
Personally, I seen Mao do it last year, and it really hurt because I knew Mao was on his way out, retiring, and he got the chance to hold that trophy a number of times. And I just feel if fairy tales come true, it's my team.
Super performance by T. Lamb.
Terry Lamb, a terrific example of what rugby league can give you, the opportunities to come your way if you're talented as he is, Stella.
I think the nicest thing is that Terry Lamb's never changed from day one. And one of the hardest things to do during a long career is treat every play in the game as though it's the most important. Easy to sit back and watch. Terry Lamb never, ever does that.
He was always a tough opponent. Playing against him, and knew you were in a game. But I always found him quite fair. He's been accused of a couple of things over the last few years, grand finals and whatever. But he's been a great competitor for the Canterbury club. And how he plays today, how he leads them, will go a long way to if Canterbury can be successful this afternoon.
Paddy Still, I remember I did his first ever television interview, I think way back in 1980 or something like that. He was so shy. I remember we had to do about 20 takes for one question, you know, because he just couldn't get out what he wanted to say.
Who was that? You or him?
Yeah, I said you were fairly shy back then, Ken.
No, he was dirty on the suit that I was wearing at the time. It was fairly ordinary, I can tell you that much. But a great player. Okay,